Hey guys, welcome. And let's see if I am actually live. So let's try it out. And let's see if I can grab my credentials. Let's take a look. Does seem so, but let's also make sure that we do not get any kind of lag spikes or echo for sounds. So I'm putting on my headset, just my earplugs. But let's take a look. Okay, fantastic. So let me grab the link and share it on all social media channels. So let's do that right now. There we go. So we're starting the live session in just a few minutes, guys. Just wanted to make sure that everybody is able to join who wants to join. And from there, we will be able to get started. Really excited live session where I want to let you see how you can create an omni-channel flow directly inside of your chatbot by grabbing the user's email and phone number, and then also send an email and an SMS notification just right after you finish the flow. So let me just share the live session in all channels. Okay, need to. Not sure if it's the same with you guys, but Facebook is acting up lately where I need to do a two-way verification every single time. But yeah, it is what it is. Better safe than sorry, right? So, okay. So let's fill in the code that I need to use. There we go. And then let's share the link so everybody can join. And from there we can proceed. So give me just a few seconds, up to 1 minute. Okay, here we go. That's one. Perfect. Let me go to the other one. And then we are good to go. Perfect, just grabbing the last link. And there we have it. Perfect. So let's begin with this today's live session. As mentioned in this live session, I want to show you how you can create an omni-channel marketing flow directly inside of your chatbot without the need to connect your contact, your subscriber to any ESP provider or even a SMS provider. So actually the SMS provider itself is already integrated inside of the UChat platform. That is the platform that I'm going to use. And if we take a look here under the integrations tab, you will have your phone numbers. You will also have sorry. So under your phone numbers, you will be able to add a new phone number and then select your SMS provider. So at this moment, it's Twilio, Signal, Wire, and Message Media. You can fill in your number and then you will be able to connect. Once done, you will be able to see your numbers overview here, and you will also see which number does what for which channel. So for example, my Twilio number I can use for voice flows. I can also create an SMS chatbot only if I wanted to. And for the other one number, that's my business WhatsApp number. And this is how it looks like once connecting to it. And provider will be for me 360 Dialogue. But I'm going to send an email and I'm going to send an SMS from a messenger flow this day. The first thing you will need to do is by going towards your integrations tab and then also connect your email client. For me, I connected by SMTP profile, but you can also connect by Gmail and or SendGrid. If you connect by SMTP profile, it's really easy to do. You just set up your SMTP server, your port, your encryption, if there is any, your username, password, sender email, and sender name. Once done, you can press create, and then the verification process will start. Once that is done, you will see your verification process ending up in this overview, and you will have the verified status. From here, you're basically set to go. So you connected your phone number for SMS, you connected your email SMTP to be sending emails. One last thing that you can do for emails, for example, is if you go to My Contents and go to Email Templates, you can create your own email template. So if we take a look at editing this template, you can see that you can create a whole bunch of advanced templates here. You can also go to sample templates and you can see what you can create here right out of the box. So you can import any of these directly inside of this email template builder. So you will be able to, we can also say load more. And then you can see how beautiful looking templates that you can use. And those are imported within just seconds as well. So that is a fantastic way to add an email towards your subscribers if you want to. You can just easily customize each and every section. As you can see, you can just type anything here. And you can also replace any text. You can replace the images if you need to. And this way you can create your own email template, which you can use inside of any of the channels inside of UChat. Now, let me just cancel this because I am not going to set up an email template. I'm just going to send out an email directly and create it directly inside of the flow. Let me go to the Facebook channel. Let me go and open my main chatbot. And from here, we're going to create a new flow. So we're going to the flows overview tab. We're going to set up a new subflow and let's call this omnichannel live demo. Let's press create, but before I do, I want to explain these different kinds of flow types. So we have the regular Facebook Messenger flow type, which is basically a normal flow, which with having every single feature inside of this flow. Then you will have the workflow, and workflow needs to be considered as a back-end task flow where you can add condition-based checks, you can add tags towards certain subscribers, and then send them to the next part. Or you also have a function flow. So for example, if you have multiple flows where you, for lead magnets, for example, where you wanting to ask for emails, where you wanting to ask for phone numbers to grab those credentials, instead of creating those flows over and over again, you can create one function flow, which acts for all your repetitive tasks. And then once this flow is completed, you can send them back to any flow you want to. So this is a really good way of eliminating all the repetitive flows that you set up inside your chatbot over the time, and instead just have one flow that takes care of this. Then once this flow is finished, you can push them towards where they left off in the previous flow. So a really cool feature inside of UChat, and I think it's a really powerful one as well. But for this live session, we're going to go just with a regular Facebook flow. So let's create it. And from here, we will be going to the start button. Every single flow starts with a regular starting module. And we can connect this to a new starting step. So if we do so, we have the option to send a message, ask a question. Basically, in the other platforms, this is called a user input. We have actions where we can add tasks, add tags, we can set custom fields, we can do a whole bunch more. We have conditions where we can check certain conditions and basically vary the reply towards the user, depending on certain custom fields or certain tags that the user might have. You also have a split, so basically that's a randomizer, which gives you the option to send out randomized options towards the user. Then you will see also to have a send email step, right? And last but not least, you also have a go-to block, and a go-to block is basically selecting the flow where they need to go next. For this one, let's start off with an intro message. So I like to name each and every block and specify what that block does inside of my flow. In this case, it's also easy for me to create templates, but it is also easy for me to understand if I need to troubleshoot the flow, what each individual block does. And this might also help with troubleshooting, because if a certain block is not set up correctly, then I might be able to troubleshoot that much quicker. So I will just call this intro message. And let's say a really simple message. Hey, first name. Great to see you here. And let's add some emojis. So let's do an emoji, something like really excited and with a hand waving. So let's add some more text. So let's say something like, it means that you are wanting to level up your chatbot skills by grabbing the free template, which sets up any chatbot within minutes. And let's add another emoji. So let's do something like Mr. Muscle Guy, where is he? This one. And then let's go and ask a question. So let's ask a question. And let's say, so this will be question 1. Basically, ask if user is ready. And the reason why I'm doing this inside of a question instead of adding a simple text with a button is I can follow up more easily with this user. So I will show you exactly what I mean in just a little bit, but let's add a question with a multiple choice type. And then let's say, are you ready to grab your free template? Then we're going to save this in a custom field. I have a custom field called response, which I use to temporarily store the user's selections, like in this question field. So let's add a few answers. So let's say heck yes. And then also try to push the user towards a certain button inside the chatbot by using an extra emoji. So let's do something like, where is it? It seems I'm blind. Cannot find it. Where is it? I'm searching for a particular emoji. The emoji with stars in their eyes, right? Instead of hearts. Also have one with stars. But let's just do this one for now, just to get this live session going. And then let's always have another reply. And this is something that I see a lot of chatbot builders not doing, and that is always just giving one answer. So the user cannot choose a yes or no answer. And this is really wrong, because if you give a choice, the user is more likely to go ahead than being taken away of that choice, right? So if you give a heck yes with an emoji, which is a little bit more a positive attitude towards pressing that call to action, you can also provide a no thank you option. Because if people want to go out and they do not want to grab your lead magnet or not want to proceed any further inside of your own flow, then it's better to give them that option at any point in time, because this allows them to always see there is an out inside of the conversation itself. If it isn't, then they could, out of frustration, block your chatbot or start typing, which will trigger your default reply over and over again. And by just giving this simple option and no thanks, it will give them an out which they can use, right? So also for this live session, I'm not going over too many steps in setting up a follow-up or no input action, and because that's a little bit more advanced than I want to go into for this live session, but it is possible. So you can do a no match. So if somebody types something in, instead of heck yes or no thanks, you can also set up a no match. And that is really easy to do as well. So this will be a retry message. So what you could do here is set up something like, it seems I wasn't able to get your answer there. First name. And then do something like an emoji again. Let's do this one. Could you help me out by pressing one of the buttons below instead? So this is something that you can set up. This is basically a retry message. Again, I won't go into too much detail. I'm going to set this up once so you can see it. And one of the buttons needs to be proper in English mark. There we go. And then you also have a no input. So if there is no input, and you can set the user expiry to anything you like to, so in seconds, minutes, or hours. So let's say we're going to set this up in 10 minutes, sorry. We can now set this no input to follow up with them. So something like, let's pull up a reminder message. And let's say something like, hey, first name. It seems you got distracted, or we got disconnected somehow. And then always lighten up the conversation with a little bit of emojis. Do not use too much, but always use a little bit, because in a regular conversation, people use emojis all the time. And this gives also a little bit of a personality onto the chatbot itself. So it seems you got distracted or disconnected somehow. And just press one of the buttons below to continue. And then we will be able to just point towards the buttons, and let's give the same buttons as in the question type. And this will be a heck yes. And let's make it exactly the same. And let's do a no thanks. And let's save this. Now we can connect all the steps. So let's connect the no thanks to a confirmation message, right? There we go. So let's just say confirm reply. And then get to start typing for about 1 second. On the front end inside the messenger conversation itself, it will end up in about 2 or 3 second typing. Then we have text. Okay, no worries. And let's call it by first name. If you decide to change your mind and grab the free template to set up any kind of chatbot within just minutes, just press the button below. Have a great day for now, and hope to talk to you soon. And let's just do a winky emoji. There we go. Then let's have this button which states claim free template. There we go. And then press save. Now, the reason why I'm leaving a regular button is because if the user is reading this message outside of his 24-hour window of last interaction, we cannot follow up with them anymore. But if we leave a button that directs them back to claiming the free template and basically getting them back inside the funnel for free and reopening a 24-hour window, then it makes much more sense than just to leave the conversation without adding any call to action to grab their attention and get them back inside your funnel again. So that is the reason why I leave regular buttons instead of quick replies, but because quick replies also disappear within 24 hours. So even if you leave a quick reply, then if the user is outside the 24-hour window, they will still be stuck and they will not see the button below, which also creates confusion, right? Because we say press the button below, but there is no button because the quick reply has expired. So now we're going to connect the yes step. So let's say heck yes. So connect this, and then also connect this button to that exact same step, and then also connect this one from the questions tab. And then let's say this is also to confirm a reply. And we can say a 1-second typing. And then we could say, perfect. Let's get you set up. And let's do just some kind of emoji again. So there we have it. So the next step, in order for the user to grab the free template, we want their email and phone number, right? Phone number is not always required, but in this case, for this live session, I want to show you how you can grab it and how easy it is to really grab those credentials and use them directly inside of your chatbot. So let's first ask for the email. We're going to connect this step towards another question. Actually, no, we're going to go with a condition check. And the reason for this is maybe it's an existing subscriber who wants to claim another free template and we already grabbed their email credentials. So in that case, it does not make sense to ask for their email again, right? We're going to check if the email already exists. So we're going to add a condition. So let's see, check if email exists. And from here, we can add a condition, put in an email step, going to go with the system email field, and then just say has any value. Let's press save. If no, we're going to ask for the question. So what is your best email? So let's set this up. Ask for email. And then we're going to add an item and then the email question type. We're also going to save the response to the email system field and also auto opt in the user to receive emails. From here, we can ask the email step. So what is, as I am wanting to make sure you get access to your free template, I will also send you the link by email just in case. If the email below is the correct one, you only have to press it. but if you prefer another one, you can type it in now. So this way, the thing with Messenger is if you use an user input or an email question block with an email type, right? Then soon as the user gets to see this question, if they scroll down, they will see their email that's connected to their Facebook page. And it's easy for them to just press that email if they want to receive emails onto that particular email. Sometimes they want to sign up with a business email, which they did not do with their Facebook profile, and they can type it in. But this way you can make them choose from an option, right? Just press the email given below, or otherwise type in your normal email, your business email, or any email you want to. And this gives the user again a choice in making a decision instead of pushing them just to press the email and nothing else. So conditional based marketing, let them make their own choice, right? Is always better in creating those conversions for you. It will result in a higher conversion rate. So let's leave it at this, right? Because this is already filled in. Now we're going with another question for this email yes step. So because if the email has any value, we're going to ask if the email is still the correct one. Ask if email is still valid. And then we can say something like another email step is, and then we can go and grab the email system field. So email, there we go. Still the right one to send a backup to regarding the free template link. And we're going to save the response to, actually this needs to be, I messed up here guys. This needs to be a, so let's delete this one, because this needs to be a multiple choice, right? So let's just paste that in, there we go, to send a backup to regarding the free template link. If we are going with a response again, I'm going to add answers. So if the email is still valid, we can give an answer, yes, it is. And then let's just do an emoji to try and convince them to use that email instead, if they do not have to change it. And otherwise, we can say no change, please. From here, we can just save. If they press no change, then we can connect to the other question, right? If they already say, okay, it's valid, then we're going to the next step. So we're going to continue to the next step from the ask email input. There we go. And the same with the yes, it is. And then we are going to say confirm reply again. And from here, we're going to do a 1 second typing again. And let's say, great. I will make sure to send you the link by email as well. So you will always have a backup copy for easy access. And that's pretty much it for the email section. And now we can go to the next part. But first, let me see if there are any questions. It does not seem so. Okay, so that's perfect. For now, we're just going to continue. And let's do the same for the phone number, right? So let's do a condition. And let's say check if phone number exists. If so, we can add a condition group, add condition, then we can search for phone. And then let's say it has any value. If no, we're going for another question where we can just ask for the phone number. So let's say ask for phone number. There we go. Add an item. The request type will be phone. I would also like to send you updates soon as I have new free templates and or videos for you. Let's replace videos with workshops. There we go. Free templates and or videos for you. If the number below is the correct one, you only have to press it. Otherwise, type in your favorite phone number, your best number. Let's call it just best number. Best number now. We're going to save this response to the system field phone. And then we're also going to auto opt in for SMS. What we are now going to do is I'm also going to add a skip button. So this will be a skip button. And also going to say this. So if the number below is the correct one, you only have to press it. Otherwise, type in your best number now. Or press the skip button if you do not wish to receive any updates. So I'm also again giving them the option to skip this part, right? So they can press the button, they can type, they can press the button which contains their phone number, they can type their own phone number, or they can skip. Because for me, the phone number is always optional. It's great to have it because it's basically a good notification system, right? To update a user on. But if it's not needed for the user itself, if they do not want to wish or to receive those notifications, then it's better just to provide a skip button to avoid any friction. So this is set up properly. Now let's go and ask another question for the yes step. So ask if number is still valid. There we go. We can add an item and we're going for multiple choice. Didn't forget this time. So we're going to ask is number. So is the number. And let's go with the phone system field. Still the right one to send you updates on soon as I have new templates and workshops available for you. Then we're going to save it to another multiple choice field called response. And let's say, yes, it is. And let's grab an emoji again. Let's do this one this time. And then have another answer. No change, please. And now we can grab the no change, please, and redirect them back to ask the question, right, for the correct phone number. And otherwise, we can also just continue to the next step. But we do not, but we can't forget about the skip button inside of this step. So if they press skip, we can say something like, let's say confirm reply. And then for this particular reason, we can say, or we'll short typing delay with the text. Okay, no worries. I will skip sending you notifications soon as I have new templates for you. If you change, well, actually, no, I'm not going to go with if you change your mind. Let's just do this one. And then we can connect all the different steps into the yes step. So we're going to continue this flow towards the next one. So this is the confirmation message. And I'm going to connect this yes block as well. And then also this skip button. And now we're going to confirm sign up. There we go. Let's go with another typing delay and let's say, perfect. You are all set up. Now, just press the button below to grab your free template. Right now. And then go with first name. And let's do an exclamation mark. And then let's say, if the button below does not work, be sure to check your email, as it will contain the same link. And let's just close the conversation off with a smiley face. There we go. And then let's add a button. Claim free template. And let's just say claim template. That's more than enough. Then let's add some kind of fire emoji. There we go. And then we can connect this button to where you stored the link for the template itself. You could go and open a website. You can open up another flow and generate the link, right? And then give it towards the user any way you want to. I will just do a random website for now. Well, not really random. Let's just go to my website, press save. And this could be it. This could be the last part of your setting up or sending the lead magnet. What you could also do is we can also just go inside the button, select an additional action, which will connect an action block towards this button. Once they press this, we can then say, okay, we're going to add a tag. Add tag. And then from here, we're going to go with base actions, add a tag, and then we could go and do anything. Download it and already have a few links here. Let's say user downloaded starter package. And this gives you an idea of what that user did. Also a sort of segmentation. So this is possible inside of the chatbot itself. Now comes the fun part, because now we are able to set up a follow-up, and we also need to send an email, right? So we really need to send an email first, and then also see if how the SMS notification works. So let's continue to another step. Let's also send an email, because we promised the user that we would send an email with the link towards the template, right? Send a link to template. There we go. You can select your email profile from the SMTP settings that you set up, or your Gmail or your SendGrid. It will all show up here. So let's say I'm just going with this one. The send to will contain inside the email system field, because we stored the email there. There we go. And then from here, you will be able to either draft up your own email or select the template that I showed you earlier in the beginning of this live session. I'm not going to go with the template. I'm just going with the email subject. So let's say, I got your link, your starter package right here. First name. I'm going to skip the pre-header, because I saw that once you fill in the pre-header, the email ends up in the spam folder more often. So I'm just skipping the pre-header entirely and just go with a regular text, and then say something like, hey, first name. And that's the great part of being able to create an email directly inside of this flow, because you have all the variables like first name, like email, like tags, and everything completely by hand as well. So let's say, hey, first name. Not sure why I'm getting that button. Okay, of that dot. Okay, hey, first name. Thanks again for signing up. And am really excited to be helping you level up your chatbot skills. Just press the button below to claim your free template at any time. And then you can, again, in emails, you can do the same. Just press the emoji, like something like, let's do this one. And then we can add a button. So the button works the same as inside of a messenger flow. We can just say claim template. There we go. Add a fire emoji if you want to. Always a little bit of a nicer touch. Then you can select the next step, and you can either go with open a website or continue inside your own flow. So that's something that you can do as well. So if you leave it open, you will see that you now are able to connect this to another part of your messenger flow. So you, with this button, once pressed, they go back inside of Messenger and they can continue the conversation that way. So if you have a flow set up to grab the link, then you can send them there directly. You can also go with a go-to block instead of a send message. But for now, let's just use the same setup. So I'm going to select the next step, open website, and then I'm just going to redirect them back to my website for now. There we go. Now that we set up everything here, then we can also send an SMS notification, right? So what we could also do is continue to the next step. We can go to an action, but now how to send an SMS, right? Because normally inside of Messenger, you will not be able to send an SMS directly because there is no SMS module. Well, there's a little hack here, because under the add items, you can set up a notification. And from that notification, you can set up an SMS notification. Once doing so, you can go to you can select your phone number. In this case, it will be the one I set up with Twilio. Then you can select the phone number, the to number. So let's just grab the phone number of the user that's stored inside the system field. And now we can set up anything we want here. Below this typing block, right, you'll also see the characters and how many SMSs it will send. So if we hover over the icon itself, you will see one standard SMS is 160 characters. Every 160 characters will be counted as one message part. So let's say, hey, first name. I just sent you an email with the template link as a backup. Do make sure it ends up in the normal inbox. If not, just whitelist the email so all future emails will be seen as normal. There we go. We now set up our SMS notification. So let's take a look. Let's save this and let's test this flow, right? So let's publish this and let's preview this inside of Messenger. So let me go to my page, all kinds of notifications. There we go. And then we can go to the send message. That's this one. Perfect. And let's preview this block. There we go. Hey Mark, great to see you here. It means that you're wanting to level up your chatbot skills by grabbing the free template, which sets up any chatbot within minutes. Are you ready to grab your free template? We're going to say heck yes. Perfect, let's get you set up. And now you see that since I'm already having an email, right? So if we go back inside this flow, so perfect, let's get you set up. Then it's going towards this condition step. And instead of asking for an email, it's going to ask, is the current email still the right one to send a backup for that template link? So I'm going to say, yes, it is. Then you will get a confirmation message. Great, I will make sure to send you the link by email as well. So you will always have a backup copy for easy access. And then we get, is the number. So if we go back, we get this confirmation message, and then we get a condition check. Check if phone number exists. Is the number still the right one to send you updates on soon as I have new templates and workshops available for you? So if we take a look there, we can say yes it is, or no, change please. We can just say yes it is. There we go. Perfect, you're all set up. You're all set up now. Just grab the button, just press the button below to grab your free template right now, Mark. If the button below does not work, be sure to check your email as well, as it will contain the same link. So let's first head over towards, let's first check if the button works, right? So the button should go to my website. So that works. Now let's head over to my email. And let's see if the email arrived. As you can see, I got your starter package right here, Mark. So let's head into the email itself. Hey Mark, thanks again for signing up, and I'm really excited to be helping you level up your chatbot skills. Just press the button below to claim your free template at any time. And this button should also go towards my website now. So perfect, that works as well. The last part will be to check if I received an SMS notification. So let's see if we received anything. It does seem so. So let me grab it. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Okay. So what we can do now is, let me go full screen because I did not enable the phone display onto my broadcasting software. So let me switch to